We're playing the game Hex Shards of Fate. The format that we're playing is Merry Melee Corinth. The game is free to play on PC and PS4. There's a link in the description if you'd like to learn more about the game or download it. I don't get any thing other than new players to play with if you click the link. Let's do this. This is the sleeve we're running. Easy to get. Just play and level up your account as you play. Again, for free. I got this pretty early, I think, in my gameplay. There's a whole PvE side to this game, so there's story, and this, I think, refers to part of the story. This background, this part. Don't remember. Too expensive. Not that great. This is really the best one because at least it's unblockable to some things. That voracious zombie synergy only works if you have multiples of that card in your deck. You really want to avoid cards that depend on multiples play sets in this format, because you just don't know if you'll get another one. I have had that happen where I've gotten 2 or 3 of certain cards, but you're only getting 3 chances every time you run this to get those cards, so the odds are pretty slim. This is kind of really good in this format just because you're constantly playing resources. So we really want to get that down and then get some troops on the board to start exhausting them for that. I'm being forced to go wide because I'm not getting multiples of the colors that I want. Going wide, by going wide I mean playing multiple colors as opposed to increasing the threshold in a given color. Our opponent is also going wide. The problem with going wide is that cards have thresholds here, and the better cards start to have 2, 3 here. Most of them 2. Very few have 3. We do have our trifecta of favorite colors now, so that's good at least. I'm probably gonna have to go with this because I need a troop out there to start empowering my thing, but I really don't like the lucky coin thing because it does not give you a charge, and you need a charge to power this, so those end up being kind of dead cards in your deck. I could tap him now, but he might get a speed troop that I need to block, so this is a lucky coin. So see, you get permanent resource and a temporary resource, and you get to Fate Weave, but you do not get a charge, and that's really critical. I will exhaust him on my opponent's turn to try to start getting this up here. The nice thing about him having Steadfast is I can attack and exhaust him. That's a very, very good card. That can make flight or +1/+1 temporary, but for 1 to have that sitting there available gives them some versatility, because now if I play a flying troop, so I would like to pick this one, but I'm going to go with this one because I want to empower this, because this is really powerful in this format, given that you're almost guaranteed to play a resource every turn. So now I have this lucky coin that I don't want. And he has to choose, does he place something in his hand or block, or take the damage. I guess it's best to take 2, because 2's not that much. And we will exhaust on his turn, so that we have options up. The trick though is you gotta remember to exhaust. It's really easy to forget about this guy, and then you stay at a counter of 1. This isn't bad for at least exposing what he's got in his deck. Okay. Just gonna get 2 little chumpers. With that, it's Runic. Runic is extra powerful. You're almost always guaranteed to get a resource into your hand at the end of the turn. Okay, so now I need to exhaust. It's best to wait till after combat. Now there are cards that say target exhausted troop, right? So it does make these a little more vulnerable for like a Butcher. I think Butcher kills a card that's exhausted, but it's fine. This could be really good, but I don't want a bunch of 4-drops in my deck. This is also very good. Alright, so we only need 2 more to get this powered up, so we can attack with both things. Because we can still exhaust him on the turn. We're going to have this guy down. That's fine. But we will exhaust him first. Don't forget to do that. And this ability can be used multiple times a turn, so... You definitely want that gone first, but we're going to get rid of all of them. And now we have our 5th one to fully charge this, and a full hand of resources to spend to trigger a wild child. So we're going to get a 2 for 2 vanilla card every time we play a resource. So basically every turn from here on out we're creating a 2/2. Unless he destroys this. And this ability is great because it's going to put a shield on whatever creature we want for the remainder of the game until it takes damage. I'm gonna go ahead and exhaust so I don't forget that. I'm kind of glad they killed my Leprechaun because I don't want to keep creating lucky coins. At this point I only have 2 on my deck. I could get screwed later. Here we go with the Wild Child. Yep, there. This is great because I can stun something. This is great because I can increase the powers of my cards. I'm definitely going to play this because this is also going to buff the little guys eventually. do this one. So now he gets a little shield symbol, which means when he gets blocked or damaged in some way, he doesn't take any damage. If this guy's smart, he'll block this one, because then he won't take 4 damage, and it'll take this effect off of him. Yep. But I had to put it on something now. I could have stunned him if I played the other card, and then I would have gotten through, but it wasn't worth it to me. I want this to fire off. The chances of getting a card higher than 4 to trigger Rowdy is high. And that's going to start buffing these Wild Child. And I will have 2 Wild Childs by the time he gets his first Rowdy, if he survives to my next turn. He is a little rowdy guy. Look at, he's a lush. There's really cool art in this game, and you can see all of these at full art if you use dust on them in your regular collection. Okay. Good card. I don't have any actions yet. Maybe I'll get one. We'll see. Wow. This is terrible. Barry is not good in this format. And that's just a baby card, so we don't need that. And it's going to now, I'm going to play it now, even though I could wait, because it's going to buff all the other creatures because of the Rowdy here. See, now they're 5/5, and etc. Attack with all and protect this one. So, see, that's really good. Normally I wouldn't have attacked with him because I want to preserve that ability to buff all my creatures, or my troops. But because of this guy, I can protect him. And I did not play an action, so this card does not have rebirth. It's going to die if it blocks. So he should block this, because it would at least take it off the board. But he's going to block that. There's a lot of candidates for MVP. I mean, our Verdant Mill's doing a lot of work for us. Our little drunk nightcap is doing a lot of work for us. And then this guy even is Mystic Spirit Walker. Oh, he got the same thing. That's nice. Alright, that makes things different. Alright. And we're about to play red to give this guy his +2. Could play this and pump up his momentum with it, but I'm not that worried about it. Oof. This is so terrible for him. Subsume. This is also terrible. But I'm going to go with this because this is too good. I can't target that, or I would. So he's probably going to block this guy. We're going to attack with everything. We don't care if the Wild Childs die. This guy's already protected. We can protect something else. This one, because we like having that ability. So now he has a choice. He should block one of these with this guy, and then whichever one he doesn't block with this guy, block with the other one with this. But he's dead, I think. I mean, because he's going to have 9 that comes through no matter what. That subsume really hurt him, because if he'd had even one more blocker, he could have survived here. And yeah, he's just... yeah. Extra dead. And double the amount of damage we needed. So I think the MVP is Verdant Mill, but let me know in the comments what you think the MVP card was for that match, and any other things you'd like to see on the channel. Thanks for viewing, and feel free to like and subscribe if you want, and happy hexing.